Good evening, Mr. Best. We are live. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Let me change my headphone real quick. We've got a few people here on Gold Rocks, and of course, we are open to anyone who wants to join us via Gold Rocks. But we're also streaming live on my Facebook page. So if you guys want to grab it and share it, which I see Big Bill Roger Williams already did, you're welcome to do that. And how you feeling this evening, Mr. Best?
Outstanding.
All right.
Wide awake.
Wide awake.
Wide awake and ready to go.
Well, thank you.
I got to do one more thing real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. And good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for jumping on with me. This is going to be good. I have the privilege of being mentored. I was talking to a gentleman today. Hello. Let me go ahead and acknowledge some people in the chat room. You guys are absolute carrot barbarians, man. Y'all don't sleep, do you? Sharon Vicks, Wesley Thompson, Noreen Childs, Paulette Forbes, Maxine Jones, Dr. Gwen Bonner, Rodney Berger, Phyllis Jones, John Batakas, all the way in Australia. I think it's tomorrow afternoon in Australia right now. Linda Kelly, Andre Braxton, Sheila Nolan, Patricia Cherry, Tammy Morrison. We ought to bring Tammy Morrison into this stream. Tammy Morrison, let me know if you want to get in on this. We'll bring you into this stream. Tanisha Glaspie. Tammy Morrison's on here, Mr. Best.
I heard you. I said, that's right. Bring her in.
Don Brown, Marino McKinney. You let me know, Tam, if you want to get on the stream. I'll text you the credentials and bring you in with us. Christopher Childbay, Mr. 5 and 5. Bill Worsbinsky. You guys don't sleep. I love it. Dr. Sergio Rozelle, what's going on, big brother? Helga Moore. Just a bunch of folks on here right tonight. Robert McCoy. Miss Catherine Huff, Sam Collins, thanks for sharing. Ray Prosperity Roberts, Lady Prosperity. Roger Williams, he said, sleep. What's that? Brown L, welcome to the stream, man. Sheila Brown, all right. Man, we are rolling. Al Mansour Abdul Rahim, my brother. What's going on, man? Miss Sheila Abram out there in the West Coast. No, Miss Abram, that's my mentor, not you.
Miss Sheila, this is for you.
Efren Vargas. Hey, Rachel Rose Smith, power up. Yeah, I know that's right, Miss Rachel. Valerie R. Jackson Asbury. All right, good to see you guys. Wow, packed line tonight. Okay, that's what's up. We can do this. Y'all gonna love this conversation tonight. Miss Abram, as a matter of fact, we're gonna steal your title tonight. Can we steal it? Can we chat? Can we chat here? No, we're not going to steal your title. Our title tonight is How to Increase Your Weekly Income Part 2. And we're going to go over some fundamentals, some basic things, some mindsets, and wherever the conversation leads us, that's what we're going to talk about this evening. Mr. Best, you want to start off or you want me to start off?
Well, if I start, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the dream.
Okay, let's do that.
Vision, where we're going. And let me tell you something, folks. This right here, Harold Seitz's book. Now, it's hard for me to say it put me on fire because I like to think I was already on fire. I've been on fire for 4 years. November 8th to make 4 years. I've been on fire for KARATBARS for 4 years. But sometimes I got my own vision about where we're going and what we're doing based on information that comes from KARATBARS. You get the idea, and having conversations with Harold Seitz. I mean, I've had breakfast with Mr. Seitz. I had lunch with Mr. Seitz. I got some insight, I think. But now after reading this book, I have a better insight, a greater vision, a greater picture. And that's why I encourage everybody to get your copy. Now, I'm telling you, this is not a novel. This is not one of those graphic novels you're going to love to read and read over and over again. But for those who want information, for those who want to get a clearer picture as to where we're going, for those who want to solidify their faith and the vision and where we're going and what Mr. Harold Seitz see 5 years, 10 years down the road for the world of KARATBARS, this is the ultimate guide. Okay? Because when you finish reading this book, a couple things going to hit you. You're going to realize that our CEO is a genius. Now, I know that word is overused and they say that person's so brilliant. No, I'm going to tell you something. I've been impressed before, but after reading this, I have no idea how he retained and put this information and put it in a form where a layman like me can actually understand what he's saying. And the combination of his book, when he finished going through the history of money, the history of currency, the history of cryptocurrency, he covers it all. He covers every single aspect of money on a global scale. And I bet you, I don't believe there could be 10 or 20 people on the planet that could write this book, this caliber book. I mean it. And when he finished, and he says, the last two chapters says, and let me tell you the KARATBARS story. All roads lead to KARATBARS. We've been saying that for all roads lead to KARATBARS. But I'm going to tell you something. This is too complicated for the average person to understand. I believe if there's any challenge we have in the world of KARATBARS, it's trying to take this big thing we have going on with all these bells and whistles, KARATBARS, pay, exchange, customized cars, all this stuff going on. And then we get out there, we try to say the economy's going to crash, all these things going to happen. The average person, it's too much. It's too much for them to take in one sitting. Okay. And it makes them pause. So I'm always constantly thinking about how do we simplify this thing? How do we constantly simplify it and not let it get away from us? And I believe we go back, Mr. Dalcoe, we got started. The only thing we started with back in November was we had a website at 12, a webinar 12, a webinar 8. We didn't have any tools. We weren't live streaming. We weren't Facebook. We had a webinar 12, if I remember correctly, and a webinar 8, 7 days a week.
That's right. And my favorite one, was Tammy Morrison.
Oh, Thursday night.
And let me throw something in, Mr. Best, for the people who want to know about that book that you're talking about. I'm going to share our screen. Guys, this is our team training website, WealthBuildersWorldwide.net. It is a neutral site. It doesn't track back to anyone. We don't even have analytics that we follow or keep track of and capture data on this website. It is purely and strictly a basic website with all of our training information on it. And right here on this pop-up banner, when you go to wealthbuildersworldwide.info or .net and you scroll down, the book is right here. And when you click on it, it'll take you directly to Amazon. We just wanted to make it easy for you to find that book without searching through The Future of Money, 3725 hardcover. You can go right there to get the book. Back to you, Mr. Best.
Man, you guys too good, man. Okay. So I'm always looking at what do we do? How do we keep it simple? And so these last two sort of calls we did yesterday and today is about getting back to just basics, just getting home on what do we got to do to speed this thing up. Everything's going great, man. I'm excited about things are happening. People getting into business, people making money. But I know it can go fast because see, I build organizations who had 400-500 people get in every single day. Okay. And that was just here in North America. Now we're in 120 countries. There's no reason we can't have literally 10,000 plus people, 20,000 people, 30,000 people getting KARATBARS every single month right now. And you can have hundreds getting your team every single day, if not every single week, every single day. Okay. But we got to cut out a lot of stuff and let people gradually start to learn all the things that are available in KARATBARS. So one of the things we talked about is how do you increase your weekly income? Number one, we got to say, let's simplify this map thing we got. And one of the things we did to simplify it is get 3 simple steps.
Mr. Best, I'm sorry. You start talking about the dream. Can we back up to the dream just a second?
Go ahead.
Before we get into the steps, because one of the things that happens to us before we can even grasp the power of building a network, we really do have to have a big dream. We got to believe that it's even possible. Yeah, man, let me tell you, I cannot tell you the scores of people that I talk to who can't even wrap their head around the concept of $100,000 a week or making money, not even that much, $1,000 a week without working for it.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're going to talk about the simplicity of this thing, but can you spend, I know you try not to go too far on the freedom and the dream, and I'm not trying to get you all emotional tonight, but I've got to make you push a little bit, like you've helped me over these last 4 years to get my logic out of the way. The reason why we're trying to simplify this thing the way we're doing is because our logic is all in the way. And this is the wrong company to use a whole bunch of logic. Your logic might even destroy your business. And KARATBARS, it is that simple. This business is so simple, it defies logic. What you need is a firmly rooted belief in the power of building a network and how it can make you rich. You work easier, you work less and less and make more and more. That is completely antithetical to everything you've been taught since kindergarten. Mm-hmm. Let me say that one more time. To work less and less to earn more and more is completely antithetical to everything you've been taught your entire scholastic life. I remember when I first met Mr. Best, I was like, man, I got 100 people on my team and I sponsored 80 of them. And he started laughing. He said, I know, ain't that a trip? And I was like, you acting like that's normal. He's like, it is, Mike. He said, every now and then we find a person like you who's going to go after this thing. And when you first get rolling, your first 100 people, you might have sponsored all of them. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, but it gets faster and faster because as you duplicate, 100 people will outwork you every time. And it was true. My first 100, I sponsored 80. Then it went from 100 to 500, I had only sponsored 100. Then it went from 500 to 1,000, I had only sponsored 110. It went from 1,000 to 10,000, I had only sponsored 300, 400. You can't keep track of the, Mr. Best said the other day on the power call, he knew about 50 people when he got in KARATBARS. Now his team is 25,000. How you do that? You got to believe that's even possible. Mm-hmm. Me and Mr. Best were talking to a gentleman today, and everything about his conversation screamed, I don't believe. It was just screaming. I don't. He actually said to the Mr. Dreammaker himself, how can you build a business and all y'all do is tell jokes and hug and laugh and cry on that power call? Didn't he say it?
Right. He said, as I know this, I told us, I know this tough for you, man. You give the power call and say, I don't get the point. What's the bottom line? You guys give the call every morning. I love you guys, man. Okay. Crying and stuff. What's all this crying about, man? What's the bottom line? I said, the bottom line is about relationships. It's about friendships, it's about people having fun. I said, look, man, there are people who will come to Let's Go weekend. They don't have any intentions of ever build their business. He said, what? He said, they'll come to every Let's Go weekend. I said, the business, I said, you build a culture that includes everybody. There's something there for everybody. Some people come for the relationship. Some people come for the fun. Some people come for the jokes. Some people come to make money. Some people come make a little bit of money. Some people come make a lot of money. You got to have something there for everybody. Okay? And I know I spend 80% of my time telling jokes and laughing at people all day long. Okay? But now when I get that business person on the phone who wants to know the bottom line, I can talk bottom line business to them about KARATBARS, but I know the logic. See, KARATBARS is absolutely, Mr. Dalcoe, KARATBARS is the most logical business I've ever done in 34 years.
Yeah.
It's so logical that it's frightening. It's logic. It's like, come on, it's free to get in. Our product is gold. What can be more logical than acquiring gold every month? I'd rather acquire gold and acquire lotion. I'd rather acquire gold than acquire sanitary napkins. I'd rather acquire gold than acquire milkshakes. I'd rather acquire gold than acquire weight loss. I'd rather acquire gold than acquire cosmetics. I'd rather acquire gold than any other product in the entire industry. Nothing against those products. I'd rather acquire gold than acquire travel vouchers. You got to be kidding me. Okay? So from a product standpoint, we way up here. Everybody else is down here talk about whatever, some consumer stuff gone. And then we got this appreciating asset just sit there. And every month you stack pallets. Your gold goes like this. And then wait a minute, while you sleep, it could double in value overnight.
Right.
Jeez.
And you're getting your gold in many cases for free. In most cases, I was talking to a guy. He actually, see again, You've got to believe. I know I bagged Mr. Best way back right here to talk about the dream and your vision for your life. You must have a big, magnificent dream, and you've got to believe that it's even possible. I was telling the guy, he said, well, what's the price of the gold? I said, I don't know. It's irrelevant. Now, 3 years ago, I would have been on the phone for 45 minutes explaining why KARATBARS gold is the best.
Best gold in the world. Best price in the world.
Best asset class. You can't. We got the hologram security. We got the K exchanges. None of that matters. Well, as soon as I say the price doesn't matter, probably your brain just said, how is that possible? Yes, it does matter. I want the best price. You don't care about the best price in tennis shoes. You don't care about the best price in steaks when you go out to dinner. You don't care about the best price in your haircut, your wardrobe, your makeup, your purse, your Michael Kors shoes and belts. You don't care about the best price. Somebody had the nerve to say to me today, they must mark the price of the gold up in order to pay the commission. Everything in the world is marked up. How else you think the business stay in business? We ask these stupid questions because our brain can't wrap around the fact that you can get paid a full-time residual income and get free gold. They say stupid stuff like, ain't nothing in the world free. Wait a minute, we're chatting over Facebook. How much that costs you? You uploaded a video to YouTube. How much that costs you? Oh, y'all watching this Zoom tonight. How much that costs you?
How much it costs?
You get a free Zoom account right now. Just Instagram account, LinkedIn account, email. How much your email costs you? They still charging you for your email?
Hey, Mr. Dalcoe, you're getting 34 years of my life's experience. How much does that cost you?
It's free.
Charge for it. Okay. You should be charged for it. In any other business, you'd be charged for it. Okay. Any other business in the world other than networking, you'd be charged for it. You wouldn't get it for free. You wouldn't get this seminar for free. You wouldn't get this webinar for free. You wouldn't get this experience for free. But our business, we get paid to help you succeed. And the more we help you succeed, the more we succeed.
I submit to you guys that when Mr. Best talks about freedom and having a big dream, without this book, you can't get close to capturing the mind of the visionary. And if you can't get on the same page with the visionary, what are we doing here? You got to see this thing so big. Just reading the first couple of chapters, my vision exploded. I'm saying if he's thinking that big, my gosh. Somebody was talking to me today about Puerto Rico, Mr. Best, and they said, we should do a branded card to help Puerto Rico. I said, so Puerto Rico would get 10 to 15 euro per card. That's pretty good. How about we create a system where we help put people in Puerto Rico in business for themselves and change the whole state economy? Mm-hmm. How about we acquire Cashgold and gift it to Puerto Ricans so that they'll have gold to exchange in this time of crisis? Mm-hmm. We're not talking. This book made me think like that.
Right.
That's how you get a big, magnificent dream. And you've got to have that dream, or you're not gonna understand what makes a networking business explode. And we'll talk about the simplicity now.
Hey, Mr. Best. If everybody, think about it, if everybody in Puerto Rico right now, if gold was their base currency right now, everybody could still be doing transactions right now.
No problem.
Don't need electronics, don't need the debit card, don't need any of that, don't need the power. You walk in a place, if they got goods and services, you got gold, they got gold, exchange goals. But I want to cover one more thing. You was talking about belief. The first part of believing, folks, is you got to want to believe. The first part of believing something is you got to want to believe. And that's why, Mr. Dalcoe, you talking about you running to people and they be asking you all these questions about where the price of gold and this thing. They don't want to believe. They're trying to find a reason not to do it.
Right.
And the first video I ever made in KARATBARS 4 years ago, I got excited. I sit down there with my little hair hadn't been cut. I had a shag. I had my beard. It was all raggedy, and I was tore up. But I'm just I'm excited, getting excited. And I shot the little video on my phone, and the video was called Believe. I had the big sign right behind me on my bookshelf in my office said Believe. And I shot that video, and I said, you got to believe, and you got to feed your belief every single day. Now, I didn't know Big Boom was going to take that video and play that video every Saturday for the next 12 months. okay? But he did. Because the first part of believing, folks, is you got to want to believe. And when you run across a person that does not want to believe, there isn't anything you can say to them to get them to believe if they don't want to. Because everything you say, they're going to go but. Their butt's going to be in the way all day long, okay? And you got to relax, stay calm, and just can't wait till you disengage in that conversation and look for fertile soil to plant your seed. Because that's what you're doing. You're looking for fertile soil to plant that seed. And so the bottom line is we got the greatest product in the world has ever seen in e-commerce or the world of networking ever. Nothing compares to our product. Period. I don't care what anybody say to me. Got the greatest product in the world. You hear everybody say we got the best compensation plan. I hate to use those words because I'd heard that 100 times. Okay. So even when I say it's the truth, it rings untrue because so many people say that. Okay. But we have a compensation plan unique to anything I've ever seen in this industry. And I believe it's the best I've ever seen because there's money there for that person to say, look, I just like to make an extra $300-400 a month. That's there for them. And there's money there for that person to say, I want to make $1 million a year. And very seldom you find a compensation plan that can truly adequately accomplish both those goals. KARATBARS compensation plan can accomplish both those goals. It's something there for the person who says, I want jet plane money, and I'm willing to work for it. And it's something for the person who says, I just want to make an extra $500, $1,000 a month, man, to supplement my retirement, and I'm good. Okay? Now, so how do we speed this thing up? Man, we got all the tools in place now. We have CDs. We have the real money info. We got all the videos. The corporation got all kinds of stuff in your back office, the new video. I mean, we got every imaginable tool and media covered. Okay? And now we got this right here is a credibility piece. See, this is the ultimate credibility piece to me. This is a book by the CEO of the company. Now, once we finish making this book a bestseller, what do you think is going to happen around the world? They say, who is this book? Who made this book? Who is KARATBARS? You see the back of the book, the KARATBARS story back here. You see that back there. Well, you can't see it, but anyway, it's back there, last couple of chapters. You see the KARATBARS story. All that's going to propel this business to the next level. And I may talk about that a little bit later, but we got to simplify it. We can't get into all this in one presentation. Go ahead, Mr. Dalcoe. I'm sorry.
Well, back to this book here. So the future of money. When I say money, guys, type it in. What do you think? Now, I know most of the people on the stream are in KARATBARS, and I know you're going to say gold. But if we're being honest, if I said money, what do you see in your mind? You see stacks of dollar bills, right? And I submit to you, I hate to admit this. This is almost embarrassing to admit, but in order to make this stream as impactful as I know it is and can be, I have to tell you this truth. When I first got in KARATBARS and started making really good money in the business, I started enjoying going to the bank because we got a MasterCard. We get paid on a MasterCard. And this is an old one. I don't have to cover the numbers up too much. I blacked them out. But we get paid on, and notice there it says KARATBARS, and then it says MasterCard. We have our own custom branded MasterCard that we get paid on. This was my old one before I got my new one. And so I used to really enjoy, Mr. Best, going to the bank on Friday and going to the counter and say, I want to grab $2,300 off this card. And they would first kind of look at you funny because they never seen the card before. And they were like, and then $2,300, like in one little pop, you want to pull $2,300 off the card, and you see the tellers just kind of like looking at you funny. And you say, they say, how would you want like the bills? Just give me all hundreds, that's fine. And you take the hundreds and then you go put a rubber band around 1,000 and another rubber band around another 1,000. And the 300, since it's not 1,000, you just fold it up and put it in your pocket. Like, look, I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, Mr. Best. So please forgive me for doing this. And my intent is not to impress you, but impress the planes. I'm gonna reach in my pocket. Look, this is a KARATBARS affiliate. This is how we roll. It's just like it's not. I was watching a movie with my wife. It was called American Made, and Tom Cruise was playing the part of I forgot that guy's. And it's a true story during the Reagan administration in the Iran-Contra affair. And this airplane pilot that they got to fly drugs, the government paid this guy to fly arms and drugs and everything to the Contras to arm the rebels. And it was a crazy corrupt. Our government is a trip. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the word I'm gonna use, trip. And they said, Vice President Bush, what do you know about this? And he just backed up in the corner like, don't talk to me. It was crazy. And this dude was making so much money, cash. He had it stacked in Samsonite suitcases, packed up in a barn. And they gave him this big old airfield. They gave it to him. He had pilots working for him, stacking this paper. Man, he got killed by somebody. I'm not going to say who, but somebody killed him, and his widow ended up working fast food with their kids, right? So we get this image of, when we say money, we see this. So I'm sitting up here stacking this like that dude was in that movie. Not quite like to that extreme, but I'm stacking thousands, right? And this was before Mr. Best really got his hands around my throat. And I had these stacks of money, and Mr. Best said, why are you holding that cash? Simultaneously, while I'm stacking the paper, I got bills. I got credit card debt with interest on the debt. And because I'm so happy about holding the paper, I wouldn't pay the debt off. You talk about ignorant. Boy, I was ignorant on steroids, and I was a mortgage banker. I know how detrimental compound interest can be to your finances and your wealth. But instead of paying off the debt, take the paper, pay the debt off, stop the interest in its tracks. No, I'm just going to stack paper and give away interest every month. And then one day it just hit me. And I took that paper and I just paid everything off. Credit scores going through the roof. That's why Mr. Best tell you, you don't have to do credit repair. Just make some money. Mm-hmm. They're going to be all over you. Pay your debt off. They're going to be all over you. But my attachment to this paper had me in bondage. It had me in bondage. So see, when we talk about logic, there's nothing. There is no business in the world. There are great businesses in the world. No business in the world is more logical than educating people about money and getting paid for it. That's the logic.
That's right. You gave the example today, Mr. Douglas said, how did they sell a Mercedes-Benz?
Exactly. They don't sell Mercedes-Benz with logic, do they? My wife and I were driving around because one of the hotels that's trying to vie for our business for Let's Go Weekend was telling me about the Porsche hotel. Porsche, the car, Porsche. And you go up to that hotel, guess what's right outside? First of all, Porsche dealership is here, all new wave building, and then the Porsche hotel is here. They got a rooftop deck overlooking the racetrack, the Porsche track. And guess what they're doing? Watching people drive around the track. What are they appealing to? What do you think they got people looking under the hood? They're not appealing to your logic. They're appealing to people leaning back with the wind blowing through their hair with the convertible top down. When they sell Mercedes, they show a beautiful, gorgeous blonde like Tammy Morrison with the rooftop, the sunroof back, with her hand on the wheel and her hair blowing out the window. Sunglasses. And they got this music playing. And she going around the curves up the mountain. They're appealing to your emotions. Not all sales. When you go to sales class, sales 101 is people buy emotionally, not logically. So for those of you who are like me, and you're a logic person, you're moved by logic, you are in the lower 20% of the population. So stop thinking, I'm about to go into another subject, Mr. Best. On our power calls, I need y'all to hear me clearly. Do you want to win? Yes or yes? Okay. On our power calls, it's really exciting and it's emotional. And Miss Linda Kelly, she get on the phone and sometimes I'll be like, why is Linda screaming? She just... Linda get on the phone. Hey, Mr. Best, it's Linda Kelly. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm like, really, Linda? Like sometimes I'll be like, oh my God.
Look, not very seldom. That's every time. That's every time. That's power call, freedom call. That's all the time. She's consistent all the time.
And she's done it so much now till I look forward to it. Okay, here's where people miss it. they're the logical, the what do you call them, Mr. Best? What's the scientific name for them? Sanguine?
The sanguine. If you go by Florence Littauer's literature on personalities,
okay,
the sanguine. That's the sanguine.
The sanguine personality that likes to know the facts, the figures, the numbers, the calculations.
That's melancholy. That's the analytical.
Melancholy, the analytical. Okay, so the analytical ones of us, I'm with you. I'm analytical. Those of us that are analytical, we have to learn that culture. And this is the mistake we make. We figure, I'm not going to invite my people to that call. They crazy, man. They playing. All I do is win, no matter what. And you got Dante Taylor coming on. You know, I forgot his little catchphrase. A winner never quits, but a quitter never wins. This is Dante Taylor from Oceanside, California. And you got Earl Nixon coming on saying, great day in the morning. We thank us all for this power call. And you got all these little colloquialisms and ethnicities and different people from different sounds in their voice. Miss Linda, what's my sister from Kentucky?
Gordon?
No.
Charlene Kelly?
Charlene Kelly. There's a Charlene Kelly from Kentucky. You hear all these different slangs and sounds in people's voice. And boy, if you don't watch it, if you're an analytical person, you'll be like, they ain't talking about nothing. I don't need that. And so you don't need it. You're in the minority, and then you blow off your whole volume of your team because you think they don't need it. And 80% of the people in the world, they need that stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what I needed. Mm-hmm. When I started to really grow my business is when I got my own ego out the way. When I got my analytical little self out the way, and I started to trust Ty Best. And he said, Mike, send a text to your team, invite them on the call. Some of them not going to stay on. Some of them going to leave. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the law of averages. But the people that stay are rock solid in the business. That's why Wealth Builders Worldwide has stood the test of time. Mm-hmm. So you got to go where the masses are. You can't cater to the 20%. And 20%ers, you need to become the 80%ers. Get involved in the culture. Learn how to laugh. Learn how to cry. Mm-hmm. Learn how to hug and high five. Don't worry about the math. The math is easy. He got the math. Mm-hmm. We got to get this software between our ears right. We got to become dreamers again. We got to learn how to be emotional again. Mm-hmm. Your whole, that's why we got this stream going. I'm going to kick this back to Mr. Best when I say this. That's why we're doing the stream tonight. Your whole programming, your entire paradigm is a whiteboard or a green board and a teacher telling you what to think. That is not how you get rich in America. Mm-hmm. It's not how you do it. Your job, when you go get a job, they give you a job description. Do 1, 2, 3. And so tonight, we teach you the job description so it can program your mind to make money and convert you from being a worker mindset to a dreamer. Go ahead, Mr. Best.
No, so I mean, no, you hit it around the head, man. It's just so many things. It's so simple. We want to keep this thing so simple, folks. And that's why I'm got to get back with Mr. Berger and say, I want this first page, when you get to the map, this first page is going to say, what are the 3 things you got to do? Before you go to the next page, you got to do these 3 things. Okay, you've registered, great, fantastic, you a blue dot. Now, what I got to do next? Great, number 1, immediately select a package. Okay, what package would you like to start with? You ought to write that down. What package would you like to start with? There's can you explain it to me? Then you go ahead and explain it to them. They decide their package. Great. I want to start with a silver package. Well, I want to start with the gold package. Great. Fantastic. Or you're in a position to get that package right now today. Let's go. Or you might ask them, what package are you prepared to start with tonight? That might be a better question. It's a direct question. It's an uncomfortable question to ask because it seems a little aggressive. When you're on the phone and you said, great, hey, look, Sharon, I appreciate you being, seen the video. We got you registered now. What package are you prepared to start with tonight? That's step 1. Well, I want to get a a silver package. Great, let's do it. You got to follow through, walk them through that entire process.
Right back to you, Mr. Best.
You to do it yourself.
Right back to you, Mr. Best. I was talking to a business partner. I will let him remain nameless. If he chooses to identify himself, that's his choice on the stream, on the chat, in the chat room. He called me up today, very excited. He said, I was on you guys' training, and you said to ask the pertinent questions, to give people tasks to do. And he said, I signed up a lady, asked the question, what package would you like to start with? She said, she told him the package she wanted. He signed up, did the package immediately. He was blown away that exactly what you said worked. And here was his statement. I need y'all to get what I'm about to say. He said, I was always afraid I was being too pushy. The fact of the matter is, almost everyone takes the path of least resistance. Right? So if you leave them to their own devices, they're going to just wander off, lose their momentum, lose their enthusiasm and inspiration, and you've got another person who thinks that networking doesn't work when it does.
What you have to understand, Mr. Dalcoe, too, and everybody should understand is most people don't know what to do. So we got to tell them.
You got to tell them.
Don't tell them. They don't know what to do. They say, well, I signed up. They celebrate. I signed up. You get on the power call next day, say, I signed up Larry, Sally, Sue, and Jerry. And okay, great. Everybody signed up. Nobody got paid. You didn't get paid. They really didn't get started. They're a blue dot. And you hope through some osmosis, they might pick it up. And they might. If they plug into the power call, they're going to pick up, I got to get a package. But while you got them on the phone last night and you enrolling them, if you said to them, great, fantastic, now that we got you enrolled, okay, what package are you in a position to get started with tonight? That's the first, just ask the question. Now, it's a closing question. And we don't like to think of ourselves as closers in networking. We share and people should just respond. But that's not what most people do. You got to ask. You don't have to push and bully, but you got to ask the question. And you'll be surprised how many people say, well, tonight, the best I can do is get a bronze package. Let me tell you, do you understand how your group will explode? Just everybody coming in at bronze.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Explode at bronze. It'll go through the roof at silver. You'll be on fire at gold, and at VIP, you've been lost your mind. I'm telling you. Okay. So you got to write that. You need to have that question written down on your desk, on your phone, on the dashboard, on your car, everywhere you go. You need to write. Ask the question. Ask the question. Got to ask the question.
So what do you say to people, Mr. Best, that feel like they're being pushy? Because I know, hey, the reason why, guys, oh, this is such a good conversation. Do y'all understand that a sales job is the #1 corporate America position to build wealth? Like if you have a job, the people who get rich with a job are salespeople. Now, 80 to 90%, it might even be higher, hate a sales job. They refuse to take a sales job. Why do you think that is? Because people hate selling stuff. They like to buy, they don't like to sell. So what we show you how to do is to not sell, just ask questions. Mr. Best, what do you say to people who say, I don't want to be pushy? What do you help us out of that?
Well, number one, it's not supposed to don't like to sell. People don't like rejection.
Ooh, that is so good.
If you ask the question, you open yourself up for rejection. But if you ask the question the right way, you're not saying buy from me. You're saying, hey, great, fantastic, we got you enrolled. Now, how would you like to get started? What package do you want to start with? You're not being pushy, you're just asking a question. Now, push would be they say, well, I'm not in a position to start with anything. You gonna tell me you've been working for 20 years and you don't have $100,000? That's pushy.
Yeah, yeah.
Pressing them, that's pushy. But a person just come out and say, look, I'm not in a position to really get a package. Like, okay, fantastic. Are you in a position to set yourself up for auto ship tonight? Okay, you might want to ask that. Well, no, not that. Okay, great, fantastic. So we got you started, we got you registered. Let me ask you a question. When do you think you're going to be in a position? Next question. Second question. Great, you're not in a position. When do you think you're going to be in a position? Okay. When do you think you're going to be in a position to select a package? Now watch this. Grind your teeth. Be quiet. Don't talk. Got to be quiet. Got to go. And wait. Let them think about it. And they may say, well, next Friday or on Friday. They're going to move some stuff around. They're going to, because see, most people live in paycheck to paycheck. Some 67% of the population live in paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Excuse me. In the African-American community. Okay. You got some other community. People got credit cards. They got stuff out there. They got access to credit. You just depends who you're talking to. So, but don't assume people don't have money. Just get it out of your head. And don't assume you pressure people. Get that out of your head. People buy whatever they want to buy. Right now, I guarantee you, we done bought $50 million of movie tickets tonight alone.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
just get it out of your head, okay? And they said, I can't buy this Friday because I got a few things I got to take care of, but next Friday, I can do it next Friday. Great, fantastic. So what time would you like me to call you next Friday? Well,
So,
good, I'm sorry.
So, no, I thought I had a pause there. Mr. Ty Banks asked a great question on the live stream line. He said, can you elaborate on the importance of getting a package? I want to take a stab at that first and kick it right back to Mr. Best to continue that train. In KARATBARS, it's not mandatory. It's just mandatory. Say it again. It's not mandatory. It's just mandatory. See, that stat that Mr. Best gave just now, that most people live check to check. I was a mortgage banker living check to check. Then I got in KARATBARS, gave up my job, and stopped living check to check. Why? Because I tapped into a system that created wealth for me in my sleep. That's why you need a package right now. You need a system. See, even the free position is a monthly residual income system, but it's slow. It takes, so if that's all you can do, God bless you. But it's just slow. If y'all were like me, I needed a change in my life last year. I didn't need it tomorrow, today. I needed it last year. So I'm 53. When I got in KARATBARS, I was 49 years behind schedule. I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks in the wrong zip code. My skin was too dark and I got too much gray hair. All right. I had a lot of the deck is stacked against me. All right. So I'm way behind the 8 ball. I got to catch up. I need a system. I don't need to be bronze. Even though I probably should have started at bronze for my budget, I figured out how to start at silver and get to VIP in 90 days. I couldn't afford to budget the business. I needed freedom. And freedom, every time I call Mr. Best and say, man, I made some good money this week, and I was a silver, he'd be like, I know he just thought I was just the dumbest little African-American man he'd ever met. He's like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this dude? I was like, man, what? One time I called Mr. Best, I had made a lot of money. And I called him up. I said, Mr. Best, I made X amount of dollars this week. This is what I heard on the phone, guys. I said, man, I made blah, blah, blah dollars. He went. I'm like, hello? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. He said, oh, I thought you was going to say something else. I was like, no, that was what I was calling to tell you. He said, oh, man, that's good. He was so unimpressed because I was a silver. I said, man, what is it? What? He said, bro, what if you were a VIP? He said, Mike, you got to understand leverage. He knocked my head off my shoulders. That was it. I was like, okay, I obviously don't know anything about money because I'm holding paper. I'm making enough money to get the package for my commission. I'm holding it in love with just love the paper. When all I have to do is trade it in for a system that generates this paper on autopilot. But no, we got to break this mindset. We got to break it. So the importance of getting the package is because you speed up the system that generates the income. Go ahead, Mr. Best. Why do we get a package?
The answer to why I get a package, because if you don't, you get paid once a month. If you do, you get paid 5 times a month.
See how simple he just made that? Yeah, see that? Now, look, people say, I can't stand you, man. I cannot stand you. Man, I can't stand you, dude. You upstage me every time. I cannot stand you.
I let you go.
Talk to the hand, man. Talk to the hand.
I mean,
talk to the hand.
You saying is the truth. I
can't stand him. I cannot stand this dude. He makes me sick, man. I can't stand you.
Man, I ain't got time for all that conversation.
Man, I cannot.
1 time a month, 5 times a month. Which makes most sense to you?
I can't stand you, man. Yeah. Look, see, this is what I'm talking about. People say, I love to see you and Ty on a live stream together. Yeah, because y'all like to see me look bad. You see, this is exactly.
No, I get time to think about it as you elaborate. I have to think.
You got me sweating, man. You got me sweating over here. See, okay, all right. So look, be quiet, Mr. Man. Just be quiet. I'm gonna mute you, man. Look, see, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. I couldn't have staged that no better than that. I am an analytical. Ty Best, what would you call your personality type?
Sanguine.
Sanguine. A promoter. Yeah. He just like to make it happen. He's the guy who can throw the good party. Yeah. All right. Now I'm sitting here giving you all the rationale. 20% of you guys love that stuff. Mr. Best said you get paid 5 times a month instead of 1.
That's it. Which package should I get? Well, you get this package. You get like a minimum wage pay, $10 an hour. You get the VIP package, you get $100 an hour. Now you don't get paid by the hour, but that's the way it works. You get the idea? Yeah, okay, great. So you decide how much you want to get paid. We got to really work at keeping these things simple. They're going to figure out all the bells and whistles down the road. But see, everything we put in the way is going to give them reason to hesitate, to stop, and think. I got to think about this. I got to think about this. I got to think about this. I got to think about that. I got to think about. No, we don't want to think about any of that stuff. You just saw a video. You just saw a live presentation. Great. We got you registered. Let's get you a package. Let's go. Fantastic. You know what package you want? You got your credit card. Let's go. Fantastic. Now, watch this. Why do we do a presentation on Thursday night? Because Friday's payday.
Yeah.
Everything. See, there's a reason for everything we do in the business. We're not experimenting. We know there's a reason for everything. Friday typically is payday. People got money Thursday, if direct deposit, or Friday. They got money. They can rearrange some things and get them a package, a bronze package, silver package, whatever they got to do. Those who have access to credit got some money saved. It's not relevant for that 60-70% of the population that living sort of tight. They, Friday's the day. If you talk to them on Saturday, they don't spend the money. Sunday, the money's gone. Okay? I mean, even in my other business, I've had people call me on Friday night. Shoot, I get back to them on Saturday. They go buy $100 of product. That money gone.
You gotta wait till the next 2 weeks.
They done went out and spent that money in 24 hours, gone. See? So I done learned all this stuff through being in the grassroots, talking to folks. So great, we got your package. Now we got to load your KYC documents. Walk them through the process. I'm gonna show you how to do this. I was on the phone. They showed me how to get a KYC. I said, you snap this picture, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Okay, great. Now we get that done. Okay, great. Now we're gonna set up your order exchange. Now, you might not set an order exchange that day because they might have just spent $400. They may not want to drop another $60 that day. But, hey, you want to make a note. Follow back up with them on next Thursday or Friday to set up their auto exchange. Take the time, as Mr. Dalcoe says, slow down and speed up. Take the time and help them set that auto exchange up because you have people who get on auto exchange for 1 gram a week or 1 gram a month, and they may stay on that for 12 months or for 5 years. You have no idea.
I want to talk about something Mr. Dexter Sneed said real quick. He said 99% of the people he talked to want to do research and think about it. I want to talk about that real quick, Dexter, and then we're going to let Mr. Best make it simple. Okay? Look, 99% of the people you talk to want to do research. That, I don't know how, look, here, this is a professional networker, getting ready to say this. I'm a professional networker. I embrace that. I wear that as a badge of honor. I am a professional networker. Mr. Sneed, I have no analytics to tell me what percentage of people say they want to do the research because I'm so fine-tuned. I don't even give them a chance to get that far in the conversation. Do you keep your income options open? No? Great. Next person. I do not keep score of who said no. I'm just looking for the yeses. Well, I got to do my homework. Great. Talk to you soon. I'm looking for me. I'm trying to duplicate. You're going to go faster finding people who don't need to pray and ask God and fast and talk to their pastor and get the church to pray for them and got to go Google it. We get paid on a MasterCard. Research done. Research is done. If they don't understand that, they probably don't belong on your team. That's my mindset behind my rationale I don't have time to talk to you about all the, now I did it in the first 6 months and it slowed my business down. That's why I had to do all the sponsoring. I was duplicating analytical. Man, when I got out of my way, and when people say things like, well, how much the gold cost? And I start saying stuff like, I get all my gold for free. And they go, how you do that? Because you're in a system that requires gold for free. Say, well, I can get it cheaper. Great, go get it cheaper and just save $1 a month in your account and start getting free gold and see if you can get it cheaper. And they go, what? Get out of the analytics and get back into the dream mode. See this thing big. 100,000. Me and Mr. Best did some numbers tonight. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's free to join. Get $1 of gold a month. How many people can do that? 10,000? 20,000? So if you had 7,000 people getting $1 of gold a month, $1 gram a month, they get their cheap gold anywhere in the world. Get $1 gram a month to build their network of gold savers, just to be a part of a network of acquisition. That thing will generate 150 payouts a month just on the gold savings.
Yep.
You have no idea how big this is, guys.
Yeah.
You can't. This is Harold Sight's brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's massive.
I want to say one thing on the research thing. As you become more professional in the business, the goal of professional in your presentation. Now we got video presentations, and we have live webinars. The goal of the live webinar and the goal of the video presentation is to handle all the objections in the presentation. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Your goal is to handle all the objections within the presentation. Now watch this. If the objections are handled properly during the presentation, that person's not going to come back and say they got to go check it out.
There you go.
Okay. But if they do, you just make a note again. Here's something else to write down. Say, we got the best gold that money can buy, London Bullion Marketing Association, 24 karat gold. So you don't have to research the gold, right? They go, well, that's true. I believe you got the best gold. Okay, great. Fantastic. We partner with FedEx, right? FedEx delivers the gold worldwide in 100+ countries. And you do understand now FedEx is a multi-billion-dollar company with a 40+ year reputation on the line. Do you think they did a little research on KARATBARS and Mr. Harold Sites before they enter into a long-term contract and set up a corporate office within the corporate headquarters of KARATBARS? Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Huh. We get paid with a MasterCard, right? You got to ask in the form of a question. MasterCard, that's their business, to check things out, to check you out, to check Harold Sites out, to check out the company. And that's how we get paid commissions. You did see that in the video, right? Yeah, okay, great. We now market over close to 300,000 cars with the Pope's picture on it, right? How long you think we can get away with that? We weren't legitimate. Okay, great. So now, what do you got to check out? Do you actually believe you're going to do more research than the Vatican, MasterCard, or Federal Express have done to check out KARATBARS? Do you now say if you say you want to think about it, I understand that, I respect that. But don't say you got to go research it. Say you want to think about it some more. You want to go home and discuss it with your husband or go home and discuss it with your wife. I can respect it. I understand that. But you don't have to do any research. You don't have to go Google it. You don't have to do any more research. Research been done. We got a 6-year track record. We're not experimenting here. We're not practicing. Okay. We're looking for people with a dream that's sick and tired of being sick and tired. Or you one of those people. Great. Let's get you started tonight. Okay. You're constantly asking questions, getting them to think themselves into the process, see themselves into the picture. Okay. Because by the way, when they say they got to check it out and got to do the research, and men especially, man, we go into this business mode and our ego get in the way and we got to check everything out because we don't want you to think you sold us, you pitched us some deal. So, we got to go, well, I got to check it out and check out my business partners and all that. it takes my best Dale Carnegie skills sometimes when I have a conversation with these guys, especially the gold experts. I probably had a dozen gold expert conversations over the last 4 years. And when the gold expert finished, you know what I ask him? Man, and I don't watch this. I go, you know a lot about gold. You know way more than I know about gold. So you must be stacking gold like crazy. And then they go, no, I don't have any. I said, well, what are we talking about here? Because I got a stack of gold. And I don't know half as much about gold as you do. Okay. I mean, I say it with a smile. Everything with a smile. Anyway, get off that, man. But I'm telling you, folks want to shake your tree because you're making them uncomfortable. When you tell somebody who's been in a profession for 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, that's why young folks are so quick to jump in, because young folks not so invested in their career. They 25 years, they just getting started. You showing them alternative plan, they open, they looking. Now you show somebody 50 years old, they've been doing the same thing for 25, 30 years. You show that doctor, that attorney, that lawyer, and they've been invested, and you're saying, can you will your law practice to your wife?
Woo.
You go, no. Wow. You're not that smart, I thought. You can't say that. You can think it, but you can't say it. Yeah. I mean, but think about that for a minute. Society got us so messed up with status and egos and stuff like that. We run out all these titles, and it never occurred to us, wait a minute, there's a business out there that I can build that's a willable part of my estate that I can will to my spouse and to my kids. So that time I spent playing golf on the weekends and watching football games every weekend and bowling and all that nonsense that adults spend with it. It's Friday night, it's getting late.
Woo.
With their time, I could convert that time into building an empire and leave it for my children and my children's children.
Case in point, there's a gentleman on the stream right now. Hopefully I won't embarrass him. I'm just so excited about his success in the business and his tenacity. There's a gentleman on the stream now by the name of Olitu Dianashi. We call him Oli because I struggle with my African names. Oli Dianashi, the South African CEO. Now, if you were to look at my back office right now, of the 400 people I sponsored, 395 of them are here in the United States. I didn't have an international connection. I didn't know a lot of people internationally. I may have known maybe one guy who he and I used to communicate over Facebook because he followed the church that I was affiliated with. And so we would chat, but he's still not in the business. So I didn't have any real international connections. To this day, I have over 100 countries as a part of my network. Well, how did this happen? Well, I talked to somebody who knew somebody in France, who knew somebody in Brussels, Belgium. That's the power of a network. Oli Dianashi saw one of my YouTube links and contacted me and said, I want to join your team. As a result, he is now expanding his network, which is simultaneously a part of our network and is also part of Mr. Best network all over the continent of Africa. That is a testament to keeping it simple and embracing this business model. If you don't keep it simple, you will probably struggle in this business. And so Oli is literally a replica of Ty Best because I'm trying to emulate Ty Best because he emulated millionaires and billionaires in this industry. It's just a duplication process where we keep it abundantly simple. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Simplicity creates duplication. Duplication creates wealth. You could be the smartest guy in the room. I'd rather be the dumbest guy in the room that duplicates. Okay, then the smartest guy in the room. Everybody say, man, I want to be like him. But I done sponsored 300 people and got 312 in my group. Okay. No. Okay, no. And there are people in the world of networking just like that. They smart, they sharp, they everything they could be, and they keep wondering, wait a minute, I done enroll all these folks, but nobody's duplicating. Yeah, because all the not you are the man, you are the magic. No, I'm doing everything I can to be out the way. Okay. I love the fact that we got, now, by the way, all this is not coming out of my head. I mean, it's a whole lot of brain power. I mean, what we do with the power call, that's genius. What we do with the power call. Send in your overview, and then we let people get in the habit of hearing themselves on the power call. And guess what? Now they're buying into the system, and they're promoting their friends. Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the power call. I'm gonna be doing the overview. You got to call, and they call 5 of their friends, members and friends, and they hear the power call. They say, "Oh my God, listen, listen." So I mean, all this is a part of the magic.
Hey, Mr. Best, let's say good evening to the man himself, Mr. Harold Seitz. He's on our stream. Hey, guys, I know we'll give a moment for you all to say hello to Mr. Seitz because he is in Canada right now. He's in, Calgary, Canada. He's doing a training with our team there in Canada. And so, Mr. Harold Seitz, thank you for joining our stream. It's probably midnight in Canada. Nobody works harder than Harold Seitz, and he doesn't have to. So we've been promoting your book tonight, Mr. Seitz, The Future of Money, extraordinary book. And part of why we're having this stream tonight is to promote your company, KARATBARS International, and to continue to encourage people to keep it simple. I want to go back to something you said, Mr. Best, about keeping that 3 steps. I'm an analytical person, as we've all just been proven. And I literally called Mr. Best tonight and asked him to add a step. He really wants to keep it 3. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Why? Because people say things like, there are colloquialisms like, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. If you can keep it inside of 3 steps, you're going to match their corporate mindset, their training, their mind conditioning. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. So if you go outside of 3 steps, you're pushing them, right? So I was even talking to him about adding a step. He's like, no, Mike, let's let them kind of learn that through their upline sponsor. They'll teach them that. That's not the vital. The vital steps are get a package, upload your KYC docs, and get on auto exchange. Don't go past that. Now, there are those of us who like to set up intelligent things like branding and filters and splash pages and capture pages and Facebook banners and different things like this. All those things are fabulous. Nothing at all wrong with them, except you will run into a lot of people who are not that technologically savvy, and they can't duplicate it. And when people are confused, they do nothing.
Right.
So the system you want to teach is the map. Get a package, set up your KYC, get on auto exchange. Now make a list. Everybody can do that. I mean, I don't mean most people. I mean, everybody can do that. Now, if you've got some techie people, they're going to figure out how to do that tech stuff on that. I've got people right now who are having a great time in the business, and they're doing their little tech stuff on the side, but they are not trying to teach it to their team. You want to slow down your momentum? Try to get overly technical. If you see businesses, man, this lady tried to sponsor me in another deal. She said, well, you need to take a look at it. I said, no, I'm focused. But Mike, I'm telling you, this is the bomb, because once you sign up and you pay your fee, you get these hash bonuses, and they pay you these little credits, and you take the credit and you can get more of the product, which creates more volume, and then it creates the pay. I'm like, what? No, that business is going to fail for complication, right? Mm-hmm. You got to boil this thing down so that you cut the broadest path to the widest point of the population.
But Mike, you said people will grow. People will grow to understand all the aspects of KARATBARS. KARATBARS is huge. The vision, Mr. Harold Seitz, is huge. You're not going to get there in one 30-minute session. So trying to give people all that stuff is too much. If we want to speed it up, we got to keep it simple.
Right.
We want to speed it up. That's why we call this how to build how to increase your weekly income. You want to build up, keep it simple, get those packages, and do those 3 steps now. And then the next page of the map is going to be follow the map. That's
walk your prospects through those same steps. Right. 1, 2, 3, and then walk your prospects when they become affiliates. 1, 2, 3, and teach them to teach others to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you know, this is thing about human nature, Mr. Best. You might want to talk about this real quick too. We love to complicate some stuff.
Well,
like, just cut the grass. No, we want to cut the edge first, and then we'll let's cut the grass.
Tracks through the grass. Go all the tracks going this way, all the tracks going that way, and you know, hey, whatever. You know, no. Keep this thing as simple as you possibly can, folks. It duplicates all over the world. And what, by the way, and the software does all the rest of the stuff.
There you go.
It's complicated if you start trying to explain that back off. That's why I don't look. People say, "How do I order?" That's why we got to walk them through the process when they order their package. You got to be on your computer, you need to be on theirs, and you got to walk through the process. Then you're gonna have some tech savvy people come in, and before you will wake up next morning, they done sign themselves aboard a package. But that's rare. That's not the norm. That's rare. Okay. We need to give of packages. Go ahead.
I could give you a long list of names, folks, when we got started, of people who were smarter than Harold Sykes. He created a platform. Mr. Best said the back office will do the rest. He created a platform. When you sign up and you start signing up people, they'll go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. It'll do it automatically. If your sponsor drops somebody, it'll spill over. It'll put your other one on the right. It'll just do. We had people come in this business, man. They did everything in their power to mess up that system. Right. No, set it on left and put 18 people over there until you get to 30,000 units. Now you got a bank leg. What are you doing?
Right.
Why are you making, and I can't tell, I had people call me and say, Mr. Dalcoe, I have 80 people on my team, but I haven't made any money. All right, what?
Right.
Did they get packages? Yeah. Can you log in? Let me see your back office. Okay, they log in, go to that dual team, and they got 80 people on one leg. I'm like, why you got 80 people on one leg? It's a dual team. Why you got a unit team? And they said, because my sponsor said to put it on one leg. I said, why?
Right.
Because it's going to create a power leg. How much money have you made? None. What's the power in that?
Right.
Keep it simple. When they say, people say, why do I got left, right? Because at some point in your building, you will want to control what side. Like right now, I got a leg that's twice as big as the other one. I'm over here trying to catch that leg. You want to drive. But even now, automatic is going to put my people on the weakest leg.
Right.
You might want to strategically place people. That's why you got left, right, and placement. But for the most part, the system, you can't control this. It's a wildfire. Yeah. Just let it go.
That's it. I said, you wasting your time. I mean, you do the best you can, and you might be able to keep it balanced for a little while and keep it rolling for a little while. And then you're going to look up one day and one leg going to take off because it just happens. That's why everybody has, it just takes off. That's why it's sort of like a 1/3, 2/3 kind of thing, because you got no control over that. The way I said this thing from the beginning, the leg I said was going to be the big leg. That leg had about a 200 people head start over the leg Mr. Dalcoe's in. Easily. Maybe a 200 to 300 people head start over that leg.
Wow. Okay?
I'm serious. And now you go, what happened? I don't know to tell you what happened. I mean, the leg's still a good leg. I like the leg, love the leg. Okay, but it, you know, Mr. Dalcoe leg just ran that sucker right down. Okay, you don't know. And I'm like, right when I watch this, but that don't mean anything because in the next 2 years, that left leg could run down Mr. Dalcoe's leg.
That's exactly right.
I mean, his leg could be exploding. His leg could explode to 50,000 people, but the next leg could go to 100,000. You have no clue of the elements, the people who get involved. You don't control any of that stuff. Les Brown, his statement is really apropos to KARATBARS when it says, you don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started in order to become great. And in KARATBARS, you're getting paid for what you start. And there's no penalty for relaxing. There's no penalty for taking time off. There's no penalty for taking a sabbatical because there's no monthly requirements. You can actually get started, put 50 to 100 in your business and say,
wow.
Time off.
Oh, my gosh. Look, you know, there's no penalty for relaxing. Look, I have a gentleman on my team. I love him. Love this brother. And he said, man, I got to go do something else. I signed him up and he got his package. and a bunch of people dropped below it, probably 3, 4, 5,000 people below it on one leg, on the leg we share. And he said, man, I just got to go do something else. This is not working. I said, it's working on one leg.
I love that.
It's working on your left leg.
I love that.
It's working on that one big power leg.
Side, they different than on this side. Stop, man. We're getting late. We're getting punch drunk around here. Oh, Lord. Okay.
So it can't.
Mr. Dalcoe, ask you some time. Why is that leg doing this or that group doing this? But it's all about belief. Or they plugged in. If they're plugged in, see, you can tell. See, people say, okay, I swear I'm gonna get off this. People say, I don't need that power call in the morning.
Yep.
You may not, but your team does.
Right.
But you don't really know you need it too. I've been doing this for 34 years. I need it. I get off a power call. I'm excited. I'm more energized after the power call than I will be with it. Look, I finished reading Mr. Harold Sykes' book this morning. I've been jacked about it. I haven't even taken a nap today, Miss Abram. I've been fired up all day. I said, oh my God, man. You talking about hitch to a rocket ship. We done jumped on a rocket ship. Most of us don't even know what we on. We just passengers and we don't even realize we're on a rocket ship. Some of us out there thinking we're still in a covered wagon playing. This baby is the truth. You don't get it. Okay.
Hey, Mr. Best, you said something too. You were saying like, that other leg, you love that leg, and it could blow up to 100,000 in 90 days. You sponsor somebody who's connected with the large organization. They talk to their people. They have a big meeting. They have a large meeting, and that thing expands, and it'll blow my side of the organization out. You can catch this side of the leg. You can catch it. Guess what though? You're gonna have your tongue hanging out. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not going. And let me tell you something else I love about this business. Now it is getting too late. We got to go to bed. We get too late. Because let me tell you what else I love about this business. This is the only business model. Networking is the only business model in the world that I know of where you start having these visions of, the best way I can explain it is godly visions. Guys, I have this vision that one day Mr. Best's going to be standing on stage and he's going to see me walk in the room. He's just going to start crying because I created so much volume in his organization. I turned him into a billionaire. See, that's the kind of stuff you start thinking about in this kind of, if there's jealousy in wealth builders, they are shocking the heck out of me. They are the best actors and actresses in the world because that's why you come to the Let's Go weekend. You find people rooting for people, not even on their team. You find people rooting for their upline to get rich. My goal in my life is to be the person most responsible for Mr. Ty Best flying the Let's Go weekend in his high-speed helicopter. I don't ever want him to catch my leg. I want this leg to have 1 billion units on it. Like he'd be like, dog. I want him to admit, I want him to come to a Let's Go weekend and say, Mike Dalcoe said the same. I ain't gonna never catch that leg. I want him to have to admit it. I want him to have to tell the whole audience of 30,000 people in the Mercedes-Benz Coliseum, dude, I told him I was gonna catch him and I was gonna have my tongue hanging out. I give up. I ain't gonna never catch him. Them the kind of visions I got.
Hey, I'm done. I'm toast. I said I'm toast. And this is only business in a world where you cheer and you hope people passion.
Yeah.
It's the only business I've ever seen in my lifetime where you cheer on the success of others, by the way. And that's why we encourage you all so much to read.
Oh.
Because to read is going to expand your mind. It's going to expand you and mature you to where you're happy for other people's success and you celebrate other people's success, even if they're not in your downline, even if they're cross line, because everybody's success, this is why we kept talking about what? What do you think is going to happen? We go out and we make this a bestseller in the next 90 days.
Yes.
So we had the power to do that. Okay. This is going to benefit the whole world of KARATBARS. It's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit everybody. All of a sudden you out there talking about, they said, wait a minute, I saw that book at Barnes & Noble. Wait a minute, I saw that book online. I've seen that book on Facebook. You mean that's the CEO of your company? Oh yeah, you got to read this. You get a better, if you want to know some details about where we're going, you want to read this. Okay. I mean, let me give you guys a little backstory history lesson. Okay. I'm going all the way back. I'm going grandpa now on you for a minute. Okay. Going back into the 70s with this particular company, which shall remain nameless, in 1970. It took them 11 years to get to $1 billion. Most people don't know that this company reached it took them from 1959 to 1970 to reach $100 million a year in sales. From 1970 to 1980, reached $1 billion. Took 21 years to reach $1 billion. At that time, that was the fastest any company in the history of America had ever reached $1 billion in sales.
Any company.
Any company. That includes General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, any of them. It did in 21 years. Now, a big part of them going to that $1 billion was, number one, the CEO put a book out called Believe. They had a book out there called The Possible Dream. They put several books out there in the marketplace, and these books became bestsellers, and everybody was reading these books and saying, oh my God, something incredible is happening there. It validated the opportunity. And the company went from 100 million 10 years later to $1 billion in sales and created hundreds of millionaires. Okay. And they did that before UPS, before the internet,
wow,
before all this stuff we got our hands on. And they pretty much did that in America and Canada, 2 countries. And here we are sitting here with the greatest product in the world, 24 karat gold bullion. We operate in 100 plus countries. It's all seamless, all over the internet. We got Facebook on our side. We can reach 2 billion people with a click of a button. Sign them up while we sleep. Sign them up while we wake. It operates 25 days, 7 days a week. You don't have to hop in your car and drive 3 hours across town and do a full presentation for them on a whiteboard for them to get what you're doing. We haven't even got started, folks. We haven't even got started yet. And then we got this book out. We have all the social media. We're dominating Facebook. Nobody's talking about, no one on Facebook is doing what we're doing. No one. Okay? And so you add the book, you add the videos, you add all the social media stuff we have. Let me tell you something. Get ready. And the fact that Mr. Dalcoe coined this phrase 2 years ago, we're not in the right place at the right time. We're in the right place ahead of time. There are going to be more accidental millionaires come out of KARATBARS than anything since Microsoft and Apple. You understand? Microsoft created so many accidental millionaires. Look, I remember talking to a young lady on the phone maybe 10 years ago. Okay. She had just retired. She was like 31, 32 years. Dr. Roselle and I was talking about this evening. He said, how did she become a millionaire? Well, she took a job with Microsoft. She was 22, 23 years old, participated in the company's stock option program. She didn't see, it was no big deal. It was like late 80s. It was no big deal. But the timing was absolutely perfect. And before she knew it, by the time she was 30 years old, she was worth several $1 million. And she quit the job and moved back to New Jersey. I'm on the phone talking to her. Well, you know, I'm worth about $5-6 million. I said, what happened? She said, well, I took this job at Microsoft and it was just me. So I maximized the company's stock options program. And next thing I know, I'm worth millions of dollars. She said, and my accountant said, why are you going to work in the morning? She said, I didn't know. I thought what you did. She said, that's what you do if you don't have $6 million stashed away. So she moved back to New Jersey. So it's going to happen for you folks, but you got to be out there relentlessly building your distribution network, keeping it simple and getting those 3 steps done. And don't you move to the next page to follow the map until they've done those 3 steps. And when somebody call you on the phone and say, oh, my business is going or not going or whatever you want to say, great, let's go back to the 3 steps first. Okay, have you got your package? Well, no. Well, okay. Well, you haven't done step 1.
You're not even set up yet.
Right. When are we going to get your package? Call me back. We're ready to get your package. You're not getting started properly. Well, I figure I want to make money in free position. Okay, well, you can. Okay, you can. Okay, so you're working on making money in free position. Great. You do understand that free position can pay once a month, but when you get a package, you're going to pay 5 times a month.
And how many, okay, you want to start in the free position. How many people on your list? 23.
Right. Oh, geez.
I mean, if you want to work the free position, you better have a list of about 500 names to really turn that thing on. Because, let me say this so that we're not throwing shade at the free position. When you guys get a unilevel check, even when you have a package, when you get a unilevel check, that check is being generated from the free position that you signed up with. It has nothing to do with your business package. If you didn't have a package at all, that's what you would earn anyway. Got me? But here's the point. The people with the biggest unilevel checks have sponsored the most people. You need to sponsor a lot of people to make that thing make sense. It can get you up into thousands of dollars a month, but it's a grind. You want to turn over some rapid profits? You need a business package. It's not mandatory. It just makes sense. Look, in the unilevel, you had 10,000 people getting $1,000 a month. In the unilevel, you'd probably be making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. But if you had a business package, you'd be making 20. Leverage.
Yep.
Boomer used to say the free position is like having a plot of land, and you can grow food on it and stuff like that. But when you put a retail business on the land, that's the business package. It speeds up your revenue. It's how the wealthy get richer. They build bigger systems. A VIP package is a much bigger system than a free position. That's all.
It adds value to the free position.
It adds value to the free position.
On top of a blank lot.
There you go.
Lot. Okay. The lot, yes, Ray Kroc owned the lots for all the McDonald's, and then he put the building on the lot. It added value to the lot, but he owned the lot. People ask all the time, what business is McDonald's in? They
real
think
estate.
McDonald's in the hamburger business, the French fry business. No, McDonald's been in the real estate business for 40 years. Got to understand what business you're in. What business are we in? You all the time. Well, we're in the gold business. No, we're not. But we're in the gold acquisition business. No, we're not. That's what we do. What we're in is the people business.
Look, guys, Boomer used to say this. I loved it when he put a bill up to the camera. He said, repeat after me. I am a piece of paper and I control your life. I am a piece of paper and I control your life. And you're like, what is Boomer talking about? People say they can't afford a business package. That's not what they mean. What they mean is their brain can't let go of the paper to exchange for a business package. They're in love with paper. And because of it, they pay tax on the paper's inflated away, and they get poorer and poorer year over year when they could exchange this paper. Now notice, they don't have that same problem. They don't have the same contradiction when it's time to go on the family's cruise.
Mm-hmm.
They'll drop that $3,000 in a heartbeat because they see value in entertainment. I'm being a little hard right now. That might be a little hard.
It's not so much, Mr. Dalcoe, that you're being hard. You're being truthful in the sense that, folks, in order to achieve certain things, sometimes sacrifices are made. If you were at the Let's Go weekend, you heard Mr. Sykes tell his story. At 19, he's out there selling Kirby vacuum cleaner, something door to door. Okay, that's a kind of tenacious ambition. Okay, that was impressive to me. Or if you were on the live chat, Can We Chat Monday night with Miss Sheila Abram and Miss Maxine Jones, and you hear Shirley Goldberg talk about how they literally built a business, her and Brent, and built that business. I mean, you're paying the price, you're making sacrifices, you're going through all kinds of things to build that business. And then some guy to come along and you lose $32 million.
Wow.
Okay. One of the things we're going to pick up in Mr. Harold Sykes' book, he said, this is inevitable. Okay. Now we don't sell business. I try to teach with our team this. You don't sell this. You don't sell business way. So many people still out there selling doom and gloom. Nobody want to buy doom and gloom. They want to buy a red Corvette. They want to buy a red Ferrari. They want to buy a Porsche. They want to buy a new Mercedes. They want to travel. That's what they want. They want a good time. But Mr. Harold Sykes said in the book, let's make this very clear. An economic collapse is coming. Now, when it's coming, nobody knows. Don't let these prognosticators act like they don't. They don't know.
No.
It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. Next month.
They've been saying it since we got in Karatbars, Mr.
Right,
Best.
right. So they don't know. What they do know that it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Because we can't keep doing what we're doing all around the world with paper currency. We can't keep doing it. Okay? And states and governments manipulate money the way they manipulate the money for the last 30, 40 years. Cannot continue that way and incurring this long-term debt. Can't do it. Okay? So at some point, it's going to happen. And gold, yes, the real value of gold is going to be known. And those who've been saving gold, it's going to look like you're just the most brilliant person on the planet. But in the meantime, build your distribution network like it's going to take 10 years before it happens.
Right.
Okay. Save all the gold you can every chance you get. What's it? Only 3 simple things you got to do on a consistent basis in Karatbars to get paid. Save all the gold you can, get the VIP as fast as you possibly can, and then make up your mind you're not going to stop sharing it with anybody ever. Everywhere you go, you got seeds, you got oil tapes, you got business cards everywhere you go. Okay.
And guys, stop getting frustrated. Getting frustrated. Please stop getting frustrated when people don't join your team, or when people on your team quit and do something else, or when people on your team are not active in the system. Don't get frustrated. Okay. The parable of the sower. The sower went out to sow, and he dispersed his seed. Some fell on stony ground. Some fell on shallow ground. Some fell on good ground, but the birds carried them away. You have nothing to do with that. Look, so I got a call today. I know this person knows what I'm talking about. He'll vouch for me for saying this. He said, "Hey, Mike, have you heard this company that does something with gold and with cryptocurrencies?" I said, "Yeah, I've heard of it." He said, "Man, why are people running after that? Whatever makes them feel comfortable, I'm for it. Go for it. Do what you do." I said, "Let me tell you something. The same people on your team that are going and doing other things are also on, get this, those same people are not just on your team. They're also on Cheryl Ann Gober's team. But Cheryl Ann Gober is not worried about them. Why? Because she has such a massive team. Look, if you have 50 people a day quitting your business and 100 coming in, who's winning?
Right.
Don't take that class.
Hey,
Don't worry about it.
Story. Another grandpa story. Okay. This one I just sort of read about. I sort of put this together this week now. You know, you got the grandfather company here that's, 60 years old right now. I read about all these major leaders from this company who quit this company. And these are guys now, please hear me out there. These are guys with 50, 100, 200,000 people plus in their downline.
And they quit.
To go do something else.
Oh, God, man.
I don't mean one or two of them now. I mean 10 of them, at least 10 of them. For various reasons, whatever the reasons were, that's not relevant. That's not the point. Now, the primary guy to help launch the company, back in the 60s and early 70s, he's still there. All these major players who have made millions of dollars, I'm talking about 30, 40, 50, 60 million, millions of dollars, they quit to go do something else. He's still there. And last year, he still made $10 million.
I'm done.
I hope you got a perspective. All Karatbars got to do, pay the commission checks, ship out the gold, okay? And everything else to do, I appreciate it, love it. Don't misunderstand me. I appreciate everything else that too. But the two primary thing is pay the commission checks and ship out the gold. And people gonna come, people gonna go, people gonna come, people gonna go. But as long as the company's here and you keep adding people and building your network, you're gonna get wealthy.
Man, you dropped the mic so hard just now. I got a headache. I got in this company in 1993, the first network marketing company I ever joined. They did long distance. Very classy company. Great culture. Creating millionaires. I got in the company, stayed in 2 years, and I quit. Everybody that I know who got in that company with me quit. That company has a subpar compensation plan and subpar products to this day. And they still creating millionaires. How you figure that? Because somebody is in that company who is not. Oh man, this is a whole nother seminar. Maybe I shouldn't even talk about that, Mr. Best.
Somebody in that company still believes.
They got their blinders on.
Right.
See, there was this guy, he was trying to show me how to, this wasn't even a networking deal. And you may even call me stupid for this. He was trying to show me how to trade currencies, foreign currencies, and even digital currency. He was just trying to show me how to trade. He was going to train me on how to trade. And it's a brilliant concept. And I love what he knows. I literally want to learn it. But every time I take a minute to try to study it, I notice I lose my focus. Best, why did I even bring that up?
Because you like starting something. You like, hey, look, you like starting something. Because as soon as you say it, I say, wait, we got to cover this one more time. But no, we need to cover it at least once or twice a month anyway. Because, you know, that philosophy out there of multiple streams of income, multiple streams of this, multiple streams of that. And people think being in 5 networking companies, multiple streams of income, is multiple trickles of income, if anything, because I've never seen anybody build 2 companies, 3 companies one time to 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a month.
We're not designed to do it.
I've never read about it.
We're not designed to do it. My wife and I were walking, going to lunch, to dinner, and she had her little phone, bless her heart, and she was doing this. She was texting. And man, Mr. Best, I had to grab her arm, pull her out of traffic, grab her around the waist, keep her from bumping into folks. Man, she couldn't even text and walk. Like I'm getting pretty good at texting and walking. I'm pretty good at it. But I'm still not proficient. When I'm looking at my phone, I am not looking at where I'm going. When I'm looking at where I'm going, I'm not looking at my phone. That's why it's illegal to text and drive. You have no idea how distracted you are when you driving 60 miles an hour and you call yourself glancing. You're not glancing. People call it multitasking. Folks, the psychological term, the scientific term is multi-switching. There is no such thing as multitasking. Your brain cannot multitask. It's a lie.
Right.
When you look at your phone, you're not looking at the street.
That's right.
You're not looking at you can't it is a physiological impossibility to multitask. So when I'm focusing on learning how to trade, I can't focus on calling my prospects. Does this make sense? I mean, guys, if I'm illogical, tell me. When I'm writing, that's why reading is so powerful. When you can listen to an audio and have a conversation, and you have listening to the audio and have having a conversation. But you can't read a book without engaging every fiber of your intellectual being. That's why reading is the highest level of learning. You can't focus on 2 tasks simultaneously. So I know you think. Now let me digress. Let me ease up on this a minute.
Also, Mike, that's why reading creates change in you.
Right.
Because reading requires all of you.
All of you. Look,
okay.
Mr. Best he probably is going to say it's not wise. At this point in his business, he has enough leaders. Y'all know that video I did, the launch, the leader, the legend, where when you're launching your business, you got to be laser beam focused. You're looking for leaders. You're trying to help people launch their business. And you get to a place where you're on autopilot, and this thing's going to pay you if you stop working it. Quite literally, I probably could stop working my business now and it'll still grow because I've got so many tenacious leaders. They don't care about me quitting. They're not going to quit. I don't care if Ty, I hope he doesn't quit, but I don't care if he quit. I'm not quitting. I got free in 103 days. I'm home. But the launch takes you to the leader phase. And the leader phase takes you to the legend phase, which is where this dude is. He may not want to tell you, but I'll tell you, he's a legend. Now, he could probably just go do something else and build a whole nother group in a whole nother country and that we never know about, and it would not hurt his business, probably. He's talented enough to do that. That is so rare. That's like a unicorn. That's not the norm.
But the challenge of that to me, Mr. Dalcoe, and I know I've had many people say things like that. Well, look like you got enough with 20-something thousand being organization, man. You can go do something else. No, they don't understand the business. Because I know, and I've sat down and had dinner with people who have 500,000 and 1 million people on their team. I'm not impressed. And I've built organizations of 100,000. I'm not impressed with 20-something thousand. Look, 25,000 building a team, impressive. That's not impressive. I mean, it's impressive when you're just getting started. But if you've been around for a while and you understand how this is worldwide, okay? The city I live in has 300,000 people in it. Okay, please. Now, I want to say a couple things, though, about this, Mr. Doug. I want to turn it back over to you. All these little distractions inhibit the growth of your business. When you take time to look at another person's opportunity, it distracts from your business. When you decide to sign up another opportunity, say, well, I just want to help my friend out, so I signed up my friend's business. I don't plan on doing anything. It distracted from your business. Your friends out there tell everybody how they just signed you up in whatever deal they're in right now. You don't even realize it.
Man.
You back calling everybody you ever enrolled, tell them, so-and-so took a position over here, That's
yes.
All this stuff. And you wonder, what's going on in my team? Why is my team going? Because they can't do two things.
And you're just trying to maybe even get the product.
You
may just want the product. You can't. Wow, Mr. Best. Oh, you gotta park that car right there, man, and talk.
Nobody sign me up in nothing. Okay,
bro. Wait. I had a person on a training to literally say, I'm getting my tickets for the Vegas event from XYZ company, that another networking company that does travel. I lit into them, not because I'm the boss, but because I know they about to kill their team. Right. Look, when you're in a networking business, you can't post. Let me be nice. When you're in a networking business,
night, man, if they hear 12:30, they want to know the truth.
Guys, I'm rolling in KARATBARS. What would you think? I want y'all to type this in the chat room, and then I'm gonna give it back to Mr. Best to give y'all time to type. If I posted that I'm trying to do a GoFundMe for my son's college tuition, what would you think? Let me ask the question again, and I want y'all to type it in the chat room, the answer. Y'all know I'm doing well in KARATBARS, and if I were to post a GoFundMe link for my son's college tuition, what would you think? Go ahead, Mr. Best. You can talk while they type that in.
I can tell you what it says. It says all the wrong things. Okay? No matter what, everybody gonna think something different. Some gonna think you need the money. That doesn't help. Some gonna think you're trying to take advantage of them. That don't help. If they sit there, perceive you, no matter how they perceive you to be. I don't like to count the money in anybody else's pocket. I never like to count the money in anybody else's pocket. That's why I tell people, you don't have to over-exaggerate the business and talk about this person's a billionaire and that person's a billionaire and that person's a multi-millionaire. Nobody's buying it. Man, cut all that stuff out. That's why I like to talk about freedom. Okay? Because nobody's buying all that stuff anyway. So watch this. So you supposed to be the big dog, and you go post a GoFundMe. Either two things. Either you're not making enough money, or you're trying to take advantage of people in your whole team by saying GoFundMe and get them to send you 25, 30 bucks so you don't have to go in your pocket and pay for your son's tuition.
Listen to these comments. Now,
and you can't win that deal. You can't win.
I hope networkers are listening to the stream, and I hope y'all are open-minded enough not to get mad at me and Ty for telling you this stuff. That's why I wanted to see what people would think. And I asked them to be honest. I thought you were rolling. I thought you said you were rolling. I thought Tory Davis said he would think that my account was hacked because he know me better than that. Right. Somebody else said, you must not be making enough money. You're not making enough in KARATBARS and you're being dishonest. Another person said, to be honest, I wouldn't think highly of you. Another person, you're scamming people.
There you go.
Something is wrong. Something is wrong. It says you aren't successful at KARATBARS. Over and over again. That's lack of money. You don't have no money. It's a pyramid scheme.
But see, then you get honest feedback. But most people are not going to call you and say that after you post that thing. They just going, hold up here, hold up. And all of a sudden, they stop doing the business. All of a sudden, they stop making phone calls. All of a sudden, they ease back into watching television. Okay? Or better, you say, look. I'm doing great in KARATBARS, but I just could not pass up this deal over here. This deal over here was just too good.
Oh my God! Now there you go starting something. There you go starting something.
I had to do this. Okay, you can't win that deal.
See, there you go starting something. I had a guy to tell me that I'm about to miss out on cryptocurrency, and you know what I said? I'm okay with that. because I know it's going to distract me. I'm okay with missing that chip. It can pass me by. I'm okay with that. I said, and you know what I said? I said Steve Jobs didn't have any cryptocurrency. He made a multi-billion dollars. And I'm not knocking people that do these things. You're going to miss out on the next travel business just coming up in November 1st. I don't mind missing it.
Hey, Mr. Dalcoe. Mr. Harold Sykes says, hey, there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrencies out there. Okay, Bitcoin is the most famous. There's going to be a lot of them. He said it looked like they may be around for a long time, but they're never going to dominate the marketplace, because even if they look like they're going to dominate the marketplace, the state, meaning the government, going to change the rules, and they will be gone. Okay, yeah, I read the book. Okay,
well,
I read
China,
the book.
The country of China already disallowed it in China. And it's not to say that I think it's a beautiful concept. As a matter of fact, a big part of what Mr. Sykes is doing in the future with KARATBARS is surrounding creating a physical product that can be transferred digitally through the KaratPay app. Wait, oh my God, man, this dude is so brilliant. He's so brilliant.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Oh my God.
Nickel dime stuff. Hey man, you want to sell some sanitary? Oh, I shouldn't talk about those. Let me stop. I can't help it though. It just keep some things just get under my skin sometimes.
I had a business partner. I have a business partner, and I'm so grateful for his stick-to-itiveness and his commitment to this business, because folks, commitment to your business is one of the #1 hallmarks of building a business. You got to stick to it, even if you feel like you're going to miss something. Because let me tell you what's going to happen to you. You're going to be rolling, and then this new one pop up. Oh, I don't want to miss that. So either you're going to do one or the other, or you're going to try to do both. Let me tell you what the Bible says. The Bible says no man can serve two masters. No man. The Creator said that. You're going to love one and despise the other, or you're going to cling to one and let go of the other. Because we're designed, you have two eyes. It would be nice if you could put one in two different directions, but isn't it interesting that if you dart left, both eyes go left? If you dart right, both eyes go right. You look up, both eyes look up. That one doesn't look down and one look up. We're physiologically designed to focus. Hey. Now I have this business partner. I'll say them real quick, Mr. Best. I have this business partner who has a mentor who signed up in a business, started pushing the business, got a bunch of people going to do the sanitary napkin business. And as soon as they got on it, he jumped and started doing a dietary drink business. And a few people followed him up. Before they could get over and follow him, he's already jumped and doing it. And he's taking positions because he has a large enough network to absorb that loss of credibility. But 99% of the people in the world don't. And he really doesn't either.
No.
That's not who we are.
What's the next one? A double, you ever met the person unstable? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And see, sometimes we can pick up on this. Something's wrong with Bob. You don't know what it is, but Bob's not necessarily right. And you decide not to get in business, or they decide not to get in business with you. They don't know what it is, but they know you're not there. When they look at you and they talk, they know you're not focused. Something's not right, okay? Because you're unstable in all your ways. And they look at you and you're talking about KARATBARS, but something's not right. Or you're talking about this other thing you're excited about, and then you want to slide KARATBARS. Something's not right. A double-minded man or woman, unstable in all their ways. Well, we lecture. This is America. You're free to go in all the things you want to. I got people who are in 4 or 5 different deals, not making money in any of them, because they keep thinking it's the deal. They keep thinking it's the company, and they won't look in the mirror and say, let me assess myself. What can I do to improve myself? What is personal development thing all about? Am I attracting people, or am I repelling people? Okay. Do I talk too much? Do I talk too little? Am I articulating well? Am I utilizing the system? Am I plugged in? Am I doing what they asked me to do? Have I done those first 3 steps? Have I done the fundamental things they asked me to do? Okay. And most people, they take inventory they're going to realize that I don't care if they've been around. They haven't. We got a statement in the business that says some people got 10 years of experience, and then some people got 1 year's experience 10 times. There is a difference. I might have been in 34 years, but I might have 2 years experience, 15 times. I don't know. Okay, but I know I got a lot of experience, but maybe some years I had to learn things 2-3 times to figure it out. Okay, but we learn by doing and being out there. One of the things I've learned, I don't care, one thing I've learned from watching and from experience, you're not going to do 2 deals. I haven't seen anybody do it. And you understand, I read and buy every single book written about this industry. Anybody write a book, I read it. I study it. I got it all over my house. And I've yet to hear any guru say, I built 3 deals at one time. I was at 25,000. This one, 14,000. That one, 17,000. No, never happened.
Mr. Best, you're just trying to tell me what to do, man. You're just trying to be the boss. I mean, come on, man. I can do 2 deals. You can't control me.
If I wanted
you can't control me, man.
If I wanted to be the boss, I would have stayed on my $100,000 a year job I had 22 years ago. Okay, I had a staff, I had a budget, I had everything. I didn't do anything. I worked physically about 2-3 hours a day. It was just, give me a break. Okay. I don't like writing performance reviews. I don't like telling people what to do. I really don't. I don't whatsoever, because I don't like being told what to do. That's just me. I don't like being told what to do. So believe me, I don't like telling other people what to do. That's just me. But if I see you about to get ran over by a Mack truck, I'm going to say, you might not want to do that. But go ahead, and I'll help you clean the pieces later. Okay. And I've done that so many times where, better yet, here's one. And this is what I get all the time, folks. I know, okay, Mike, we got to set a deadline for us. We got 9 minutes. It's going to be 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I've had so many people call me and say, Tyrone, I got something I want to get your opinion on. I go, stop. Have you already signed up? Yes, I have. Great.
You don't need my opinion.
Time to get my opinion before you enroll. Not after you enroll. Now you want to see if I'm interested. Okay, let's just be straight about the conversation. And I can tell you right now I'm not interested. Why? I'm already doing something. Yeah, but this is going to be the big, I know what it's going to be. There's about 100 going to be biggest companies in the world getting started right now this month, especially in September, October, November. Okay, but we got a company with a 6-year going on 7-year track record. Okay, that's done over $100 million in business. The practice time is over. The guinea pig stage is over. Okay, I got a company that's paid me 5 times a month for the last 4 years. Okay, you think I'm interested in some company getting started, talking about what they're going to do? They can become the biggest company the world has ever seen. I'll be okay. It's okay. I'll be just fine. I like what I'm doing. Love where I'm at. Love the people I'm working with.
That's so good, man.
I don't want to hear it. I appreciate it. I won't let them explain it to me anymore. I say, stop. You have to explain it to me. Okay. They text me stuff. I go delete. They email me stuff. I go delete. Okay. And I'm not trying to be mean. They said, man, did you get my email? Yes, I did. What do you think? I deleted it. Why? I'm not looking.
Very good.
I'm not looking. Okay. And some of you be just about there. You've been building business for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year. Some of you 2 years. People are finally starting to pay attention. Now watch this. Your seeds are finally starting to grow. You don't know that. They've been down there underneath the ground. They've been fermenting. They've been germinating. They just about ready to go. They're about ready to break through the earth. And then you go step on them and do something else. Okay. And then you call them and they said, man, I was just about ready to order me a package. You don't know that though. I had a person call me, they ordered a package. Back to you, Mr. I got to get off this subject, man.
Well, you know what? I just want to congratulate. I mean, it's like have been hundreds of views already on the stream. I want to congratulate almost 100 people right now still on. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. You guys have to be successful. I think it's impossible to exert the type of energy that you're exerting and pouring into your spirit, the type of information that's being poured in either via reading books or listening to these mentoring sessions like we're doing tonight. I feel just honored that I'm on the stream with this guy. You know, that says to me that I may not have arrived, but I've left, right? Because I get to roll with people who have acumen in this industry where when he walks in the room, people just bow down. Do you know how hard it is to build a team of 100,000 affiliates? This man has done it 2 or 3 times. Do you know how hard it is to start your own networking company? He's owned 3 of them and still owns a traditional company right now. And to be sitting on this live stream and have a lot to say because of the impartation that I've received from him over the last 4 years. So, Mr. Best Man, I just want to say thank you very much for allowing me to spend some time on this stream with you and share the little bit. I probably could have just let you talk by yourself because all I'm saying is the stuff you taught me. No, I'm gonna say thank you because see, Mr. Dalcoe, most of the stuff I don't think about this stuff. You have a gift for bringing this stuff out of me. Because most of the stuff I forgot, don't even talk about. And then you start talking about something, I say, oh, okay, I got to talk about this. Because I'm not there. I'm just, my mind is always about how do I turn 25,000 to 100,000? I'm always there. And I forget these stories, forget these things, forget these basic fundamental principles. But let me say how lucky we all are. Because I feel fortunate to have you on the team and we're on the team and we work together. And it's a great yin-yang kind of relationship thing. You love the analytical stuff. I love keep talking positive. But I'm not the party thrower, though. You and Mo throw a great party. You know, 5 great parties now. I can't do that. So I'm not a party thrower. I'm telling you right now. I get down there. That's when you start realizing Tyrone started on the left brain analytical side. Because I'll be in the business like, we're going to do this at the function. So, no, you guys throw a party. But let me tell you something. This is why we're fortunate right here. Yes. Right there. And yes. I mean, I'm not trying, folks, see, I've been around for 34 years. I'm not trying to over-edify Mr. Harold Sykes. I'm not trying to get it, oh, Harold Sykes is a god. I'm not saying all that. But I guarantee you, after reading this book, I don't believe for a minute there's 20 people on the planet that understands what he understands about money from a global and a financial sense. I just find it hard to believe because I done talked to too many people, too many CEOs. I read too much literature, and to have that much information in one brain, I haven't came across it. And I know they're on 5 network marketers or e-commerce companies with their CEO who knows what he knows about what's going on in the world of money. In the global market. I'm telling you right now. Oh, man. And the blessing we have just to be here on this team at this time and start to get an understanding, a glimpse into this vision and where we're going. Let me say this super quick. We got 4 minutes left. But, oh, Mr. Best, this might take us over. I got to say it. This person, there are people who get in business to make money. And there are people who had money before they got in business. This gentleman is not just working a business. He's a believer. When I tell you he is so immersed in getting people free from the system of debt, he is the king of gold. He truly lives and breathes the importance of having gold. I was doing a live stream one time, and Mr. Sykes typed in the chat room, if everyone in the world had Cashgold, it would eradicate national debt. And it's the truth because gold is debt proof. It is inflation proof. Gold is the only financial instrument that has no counterpart. No one has to lose for you to win. Mm-hmm. And the last thing I want to say is to Mr. Best, I've never met a person so giving as this gentleman right here. If you're looking for a mentor, click on Ty Best and friend him. If he has too many friends, just follow him because this gentleman is committed to seeing people free. I want to thank all the people on the stream. And I want to say, if you're viewing this for the first time on a person's page, ask them to send you more information about KARATBARS International. Let me end with this quick story. 2 minutes. I was in the store tonight. My son, the one that got shot and lost his legs, so he can't get in and out the car quick. So I went in the store and got him a few snacks. He went to the hospital tonight. He had a few complications. Came out of the store, and I was asking what he wants, went in the store, and I'm picking out what he wants. And as I'm going to the line, Mr. Best, there was a young Black family up in front of me. It was a mother and a daughter. She was a little shorter than the mom, and then a little girl. She looked to be about 6 or 7. And she says to her young African-American mother, you could tell they were struggling. Their clothes were a bit tattered and wrinkled, and you could see they were struggling. She says to her mom, she says, Mommy, I want the Hershey bar. Hershey bar, guys, a Hershey bar, $1.49. And her mom says, put that back. We can't afford that.
Woo.
Oh, oh. I'm right back in the spot. Oh my God. She said, we can't afford that. I instantly felt the spirit of that baby being impressed. I can't afford it. Mm-hmm. Children see their parents as God-like figures. So it was literally like God saying, I can't afford it. It was impressing upon that baby, you have lack. Man, I couldn't stand it, Mr. Best. It was tearing me up. And you know what I did? I said to the guy behind the counter, I got all this stuff. It wasn't a lot of stuff. I'm not bragging. This wasn't a big deal. Right. I was getting my son's stuff with juice, and he wanted a pack of cigarettes, and so my son's stuff was like $7, $8. Their stuff added to it came to like $12. Mm-hmm. I said they couldn't afford it, and it's at 7 o'clock at night. What are they gonna have for dinner? I'm thinking all this stuff. I said, can't afford. I said, sir, I'll pay for this stuff. I said, baby, get your Hershey bar. She took the Hershey bar, that smile on her little face. She said, thank you. And I said, you're welcome, baby. And I gave her a little hug. She put the candy bar up there, and Mr. Best, she reached for some Starburst. And her mama said, no, don't do that. He's paying for it. I said, get them Starburst, baby. And she got her Starburst, and the mother said, can I get a cup of ice? Ooh. I said, you can get whatever you want. She got a cup of ice. She didn't even ask for much. Put a cup of ice. It was $14.65. And I said, sir, give her the change. And she looked at me with little eyes welling up with water. And she said, God bless you. I said, I'm already blessed. Mm-hmm. We cannot afford, guys, we cannot afford to, like Mr. Best said, take a vacation. How am I going to take a vacation? I need hundreds of millions of dollars to fill the capacity of my heart. I can't stand to see people struggle. I can't stand to see people having to go to work every day. I can't stand it. I cannot stand to see lack, because it's a construct of our upbringing. Like that baby, I can't afford it. Poverty is a construct of her mother telling her, impressing upon her impressionable little mind that you can't afford stuff. Mr. Best, please have final words.
Hey, my story to be apropos to your story. I was 6 years old. And I've told this story before. I remember sitting in the cold box. And I said, when I grow up, I want to make a bunch of money and help a lot of people. I was 6 years old. Didn't even know what I was saying. Didn't even know what it meant. But all around me, I saw poverty. All I saw growing up was poverty. But I seen the Beverly Hillbillies, and I knew somewhere there was some rich people. I said, when I grew up, I'm going to figure out how to make a bunch of money and help a lot of people. And 28 years old, networking came in my life and said, you can make a bunch of money networking by helping a bunch of people. And I was done. I never want to do anything else from that moment forward. That's it. That's my story. I never even entered into doing any other profession, anything else, once I understood that I could make a bunch of money by helping other people make money. That's the essence, is the business. I'm done, folks.
Y'all have a good night, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Best.
Good night.